get what you need and shit. Boom, 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 boom. I know, right? Humpty. Shock Jizzle. Y'all don't know nothing about no Shock G. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Humpty Hump. I gotta guess. Give me 1 second. Yo, Gully TV World page. You got it? I just sent it in your. I just put it in your DM. Gully TV World. All right. Boom, 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 boom. He should leak going in on Mikey T on his live right now. Y'all funny. Mikey T couldn't continue to do that bullshit. Y'all had to know that. Y'all gotta know that. This shit was good. Waiting on my guest. What up, 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 what up? 1,000,000 beats. Let me see how long we stay on. 54%. I can do it. I'm waiting on my guest. He's real laid back. He's taking his time. This is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a dandy. Mag Boney, what's good, huh? I'm trying to get this situated right. Kashonda. I'm waiting on Mark Curry. Then I'm gonna watch the NBA when I'm done with y'all. But I got a treat for y'all. Rest in peace to Shock G. Yeah, that's fucked up. He said taking bomb rips for Shock G. No link. Okay, here you go right here. Melvin, what's up? What's up, family? Bless him for holding Black Rob down. He about to come on here and explain it. He be on here in like 2 minutes. We trying to get him on the page right now. This ain't a Zoom interview. I had to tell him that. Melvin, what's good? Family. Trying to get Mark on here. Y'all just bear with me. Just give me 2 more minutes. Trying to get him to the right page. Damn. Bear with me, y'all. Huh? He said, what's good? Oh, I'm just working, man. I gotta make sure the people hear from Mark Curry and shit. He's very, very close to Black Rob. He's special friend and collaborator of Black Rob. And people been misappropriating money. Tez, what's good? This shit about to get hectic in just a minute. Trying to get him on the right page. I just sent him a screenshot of what it looked like. You should just keep doing you. I'm working on it, man. I'm trying to perfect the dribble. He said, Leak Moss just said, I'm Mikey T, don't fuck with you. What you want, some type of reward? Them niggas lucky I even say their name. Why them niggas can't continue to talk about me? I don't talk about them. Oh man, let me see. Uh-oh, there you go. Oh. Shit, cause you have your dribble right. Where he at? Where he go? Mark, you invited. You gotta hit that. He in here. I gotta get him in here right quick. Mark, you invited. Accept that invite. Okay, here we go. God damn, nigga.
What up?
What's up, man?
Nothing. Just cooling out, man. Just take it like it go.
I need you to speak loudly and proudly, and I need you to clarify some things for me. And I really appreciate the opportunity. I really do. I appreciate the access and the consideration. I really do. You know that. First off, I'd like you to tell my viewers who you are and your relationship with Black Rob.
Yeah, man. I'm Mark Curry, bad boy recording artist. Relationship to Black Rob would be like it'd be like it's like a very close friend of mine that I met, you know, in my career, just through my walk in life, that ended up being a real genuine person. You know, he's just a, you know, he took me in like a brother, and that's how it always been. That's my brother.
What was the first major project that you worked on with Black Rob? Was it the Bad Boy for Life song?
Nah, it's Muscle Gang.
Okay.
Muscle Gang was like one of the first joints. Yeah, when I first met him, I met him off Muscle Gang. Yeah, it's my one. Yeah, I
That's a
walked in, he
legendary
gave me the
song.
opportunity.
Let's talk about that song for 1 minute. Let's talk about that song for 1 minute. I believe most people associate you and Black Rob's relationship based upon the chemistry displayed on that song. What do you remember most about recording that song with Black Rob?
Him giving me the opportunity to like, when he was in the studio, I just walked in on this session, and then he was like, yo, and they was like, yo, you got something to sound like this? And then it was Harv or somebody, I believe. And then when he spit a bar, I spit a bar. He spit another bar, I spit a bar. And that's how the song came about. just so happened both of us was on the same page. We already knew, you know. He knew he wrote what he was writing. I'm writing what I'm writing. Everything was just 100.
Right.
Went right.
Y'all chemistry together on tracks led to plans of an alumni project.
Yeah,
Could
the
you
alumni. He
fill everybody in on alumni? See, I'm glad that you were able to
yeah,
smile thinking about it
yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, because it reminds me that opportunity. It was alumni. It was me, Petey Pablo, Porto Rock, G-Dep, and I think it was Raw. It was the alumni. Yeah, it was a Black Rob, like the commission for Big. The alumni was Black Rob's group. That was his crew.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I was part of the alumni. Yeah,
I
yeah.
wish that had came into fruition. Tell me about, the extent of your relationship with Rob after Bad Boy. Y'all continue to like work together, exist together, do music. It was
Live
y'all
together.
relationship was,
Yeah,
yeah,
live together. Struggle. Try to figure out things together. You know, just trying to get back on track. Just in life, we did all of that. Whatever we do as men, you know, especially in these times, we try to make sure all our friendships are conducive or they bring about some kind of difference or change. So our friendship was about change and difference, and you know, not complaining about we already done spilled all the milk. We ain't crying about it. We moving on. You know, that's doing better, healing, learning, forgiving, just all of that kind of stuff. Our friendship was different. You know, it was friends. It was friends, real genuine friends. It was not just, it was me, Rob, Wop, June, Jay Reed. It's a circle of us. It was just all of us that took care of each other. Now, those are my friends. Like even today with this going on, I want to talk. You know, just it's not that even nothing about what we saying is more important than what we have at hand. So I would just talk with you just because, you know, I wanted to, but other than that, I wouldn't even grant nobody a wish to talk right now because I'd be like, it ain't nothing to talk about. You know, we just trying to make sure the brother is resting in peace.
right.
You know, so yeah, that's my good friend.
For the sake of his legacy, I want you to clear something up for me.
Hmm.
There's there's something that I feel is misinformation on the internet about him being homeless. Can you explain to people here that Black Rob was never homeless?
You know, homeless is a harsh word. And that's something that if somebody's homeless and you know them and you're in the position to help them make a change, then they're not homeless no more. They're just thankful and luckily they found you. So Black Rob is not the kind of person that if you saw in the streets, you'd be like, oh, I'll see you later, Rob, tomorrow on the same corner. He like, yo, you homeless, my home is your home. My casa, your casa. So hard homeless versus not having a stable place of his own is different. But homeless is a little harsh. He
Harsh.
just didn't have a place of his own. He didn't have a place, you know, he makes enough money if everything was channeled into his account right, he would be all right. He can afford the average man's living, but unfortunately he fell upon a few hard times, but you know, we all fall down, but we get up. We don't look at a man and say, he's down. Everybody falls. He ain't fall and cry about it. He fall and got up every time.
Right.
He wasn't hurt. He wasn't sick and gave up. He kept fighting. He had fight in him. He's strong. Like what I see is the same person I see when I see him on stage, and I be like, damn, this dude is a beast, yo. He's strong. We can go all the way from this to that in 1 minute.
Right.
And he on point. He was like that. Like that's how I seen him all the way through those last days of his. I just seen strength. I didn't see no weakness in him at all. You know, I
Okay.
saw him.
Not to cut you off. So he did spend his final days with you guys?
It's me and a lady named Queen. I was with him. Yep, he spent his final days with us, and he spent down to his final moments, and it's just much that there's so much going on that I think that it'll just be best to. I don't want to, you know. I love him, and
Let me ask you something. I see on the internet, everybody has their opinions, you know, based on projection and perception, right?
right.
And a lot of people, I believe, a lot of people have this perception that Puffy Diddy is to blame for Black Rob's condition. That peace, Hakeem Green. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Yeah, Hakeem in the building.
What up, Hop?
That don't make a lot of.
Yo, I you know, because a lot of people will be like, because Curry, you know, you say this women, you know, I'm just always going.
He buffering. If he pop out, I'm gonna push him back. I'm gonna let him just drop out, and I'm gonna punch him back in. Shout out to everybody here. Yeah, I'm gonna let him tap back in. I just went through the same thing somewhat with Dress from Black Sheep. We're gonna get this information out tonight, though. There's been a lot of misconceptions, as you heard from a dear friend of Black Rob. Black Rob wasn't homeless. Black Rob had people who cared about him dearly. There's a lot of bullshit going on with this. I got to get Mark back in here. There's been people misappropriate money. Money was donated. GoFundMe's were set up. But here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. What did we leave off at?
No,
Okay, we got past you cleared up the fact of the part about him being homeless.
right.
So, okay, you cleared that up. Secondly, you said that you were with him in his final days. I didn't want to jump all the way to that yet. The Diddy thing. The Diddy thing. Some people there's this perception amongst the populace that Black Rob's condition, his physical appearance, Diddy is to blame for this. Can you give me some? It sounds ridiculous to me.
Yeah, because you know, I'm not here to defend anyone or anything like that. His condition, his mind state was all like we laughed, we had fun. I didn't see no weakness in Rob. Like I knew he was sick, but sickness is not something. I don't think sickness is something that somebody else can really push off on you like that. You know, it's deeper than, you know, stress is one thing, but, you know, stress is something that we all go through. It's something, it wasn't something that's breaking them. So,
Right.
you know, how I say is, you know, again, in his days, it was just representing strength. Man, I wish, you know, that I'm as strong as him and at my time like that. Like, I wish I could handle it and be the great person and still be able to stomach everything and take it the way that he took it. Man, he's, you know, I as a champ, I give it to him. He, you know, like, and, you know, it's not about Diddy, you know, it's not about me and Diddy. It's not about, you know, it's about Rob. I'm sure Diddy pulled together to do what he needed to do. I pulled together to do what I needed to do. Whether the world want to talk, whatever they want to talk about, it don't really matter because it's not.
Hold on, bro.
Yeah.
Because I got to make sure I get the details.
Yeah.
So there has been contact with Diddy. He has interjected on this whole matter.
And not just with me. He was already in contact with other friends of mine, other close friends of me and Rob's, So they were in talking already. And then when it finally came down to it, when it was only me and him had a little light conversation, because right now it's not about us even being upset or whatever people may think is whatever. It's about Rob. It's nothing personal. Not I can't hate the nigga so much that I can't let him know what's going on with Rob, or what are we gonna do? Because at that time I'm confused. I'm trying to what I'm gonna do. Like, no matter if I'm gonna need you. I needed him at that time, at that moment, and we needed to come together to do what we needed to do, and it didn't have nothing to do with nobody else, with 50, and it had nothing to do with Jay or none of them. It had something to do with what we needed to do for our brother, and that's the only thing we focused on. That's the only thing we focused on right here.
You got a philosophical way of speaking, and we got to dig to the root. So what you're saying is he showed up, and he has been of assistance. He came to your aid, to your brother's aid.
Definitely. And then what I'm also understanding, so people can understand, if I'm not mistaken, and in his, just because he was worked with Diddy in agreement through whatever agreements it may have been, I think that was already understood that any event something like this would happen. I don't know if it's just Rob, but I think any bad boy artist, or that maybe you're gonna get taken. It ain't nobody great to watch your family struggle. Me, I don't know, but I'm not tripping. But ain't nobody great. I'm not great to sit back and watch a man struggle or his family struggle, especially at burial time. We gonna go out the way Woe came in. We gonna go out big. So he gonna just as big of an outro as he had as an intro.
I commend y'all for that. Carry him out in a celebratory manner.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. The record was bigger than life, and it makes me. So you definitely had a chance to communicate with Puffy. That was your first time talking to him since your book, since you left Bad Boy.
Yeah, that's our first time talking, but the purpose for us talking was bigger than the problem. So with me and I, so it's really like we gonna have to talk. It's just only us, like.
No doubt. No doubt. Let me ask you something. There's something I had a personal problem with. Not because I knew Black Rob, but because I knew you. I seen people establish GoFundMe situations in Black Rob's name, launch GoFundMe situations in Black Rob's name.
Mm-hmm.
In my personal opinion, is that I don't know, the GoFundMe platform probably is effective at times, but I felt that it made Black Rob look like he was in a bad situation. I felt that it made his brand look bad, and the fact that you guys didn't start it, the fact that you guys didn't start the GoFundMe page, I thought people were kind of like jumping the gun. Whatever the case, there was GoFundMe accounts established in Black Rob's name. Can you give me some insight on the authenticity of Black Rob's GoFundMe situation? Who's involved with this, and do you co-sign it?
Now, whoever had a GoFundMe page, if it was real, they contacted me and they asked me, Curry, is it all right if I have a GoFundMe page? I said, listen, let me talk to Rob. So I talked to Rob. I'm like, yo, your fans. It was a little weird because he was like, he didn't want them like that. He didn't want it. But then after the fans come together and say, you know what, it's not about even what you want. This is what we came up for you. So it's not like they're giving it to you because you homeless or because you don't, they're giving it to you because they're in support of you. They're your fans. It's loyalty involved in that. So that was, I didn't start it, but once it was started, the people who did start it, they was like, we trust, not everybody, but one, Mike Zombie, he was like, yo, I trust you enough to to make sure that I know that if I give it something to you for Rob, that you're gonna get it to him. And I was like, yo, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? You give me anything for him, I'm getting it to him. Man, and that's a go. You know what I mean? I know how to get it to him too. Like, not everybody can do that. You know, I know what to do.
Right.
You know?
All right. In a prior conversation we had earlier, you was explaining to me that there was different people in high places in the music industry that reached out in support of Black Rob. Do you care to share it?
A lot of people reached out. One of the most important people that I think really at that time made Rob happy was Styles P.
Styles?
Yeah, Styles. And he sent him a lot of herbs and everything. Rob felt real good about that. To just talk to Styles, Rob felt good. You know, so that to me, and no matter nobody that other than Styles, that other people may have reached, but I if I didn't really talk to him and had no connection to him, it didn't mean as much to me as when Styles called. And when he
No doubt.
was talking to Styles, that's when and what it made him feel like that's what I really liked. I like Styles' way he did that, yo. Shout out to Styles.
Shout out to Styles P. All right, you know we got to start digging now, because there's been some monkey shit. It's been brought to my attention that first the video of him, the video of Black Rob in the hospital. How do you feel about that? I thought that was a terrible decision.
No.
I thought it was bad that it was filmed, and I thought it was bad that it was projected to the internet. What do you think about that whole situation, and how you feel about it?
I speak on it in terms of something that I did once, and it was on my homeboy Punch from LA. He was going through his sickness, and he was on his last days, and I took a picture of him inside and when I went to visit him, and then I posted it, and his family called me and was like, listen, just because we still trying to be strong about this situation, can you please take that picture down, because it's not the way that we want to remember him. It's not how we don't want the world to even remember him like that. And when they said that to me, I was like, damn, I feel a little crazy. Yeah, that's when I'm like, social media ain't for everything. So I took it down, and after that, I was like, you know what? I understood it. And that's one of those things I would have been like, yo, me myself, I wouldn't have never. That's our business. Man, you going through sickness, that's our business, man. We can go put it out in the world, but we don't need the world to know. We know who to call if we really need to really call somebody, and Rob know who to call when he need to call somebody. He ain't never had to had people really turn deaf ears to him when he was called. He ain't never had that, so we didn't really had to take it to that level that we feeling like we need help like that. We needed assistance.
The video initially was I believe posted by a gentleman by the name of Kyle Dawson, who was he was kind of in the news. He was on Vlad TV. He had a situation. He gave up some false information about 50 Cent, but that's who posted the video. Mm-hmm. I never met the brother, but he was announced to me as Funny Style. Like, he got some bullshit with him. Do you know this gentleman that filmed Black Rob in the hospital?
Yeah, I met Cal, but again, at this time, I don't want to go back and forth. Like, what's done is done. What's brought to the light has been brought to the light. We just having to deal with what the after effect is. So, what I know who he is, but again, that's not something I think I wouldn't have put my brother out there. I wouldn't have, I can't say me, and but for him and how, if he can live with it and he's his own man, then I really can't. He has to deal with that. He has to. I don't have to pass judgment. I don't have to say. I'm just sit back and just say, hey, man, every man carries his own cross. They have to carry their own burden. So that's just what he wanted to do. I can't get mad at him at that. But what I learned is you got to be more careful about the people you have around. Because when people are like, if I'm around you and I love you, I ain't gonna let everybody see you at your weakest moments like that. I'm gonna
Right.
tell people you strong. That's when I stepped in, just because I want the world to know Rob is a strong person, like the strong person we always knew him as. So we ain't ready to just sit here and look at him like he hurt. He you know, just because they may not have knew how to call me when they had Rob with him, don't know that Rob didn't know how to call me. It was just like he thought maybe he with y'all and y'all holding him down or whatever. But if it ever came down to it and whatever, you know, the same way it happened when it happened, we coming for you. We coming for Rob. We gonna be there for him. We're not gonna let him fall.
Okay, so let me read between the line a little bit. Once the video was released to the public, of course, there was a reactionary gesture y'all went to see about him.
Rob, no. Rob, we already knew Rob was here. I already knew. I told the promoters when he came down here, once he come down, he ain't going back. He ain't gonna want to. I
Right.
know him. You know him.
So all of this, hold on, Mark. So this whole period, let's say recent Black Rob has been all situated in Atlanta. All this latest shit is going on in Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's where, you know, Rob always wanted to live here. That's what he always wanted to be here. So if he get close to Atlanta, he want to be here. He like it. I guess he felt happy.
Right.
You know, I felt happy he was here because it felt good to have him here. Always. You know, but
So what exactly, if you don't mind disclosing to your knowledge, to your understanding, what exactly was the ailment that took Black Rob's life?
this he had missed. He was out here since All Star, and he ain't been to dialysis since All Star, something like
Since
that.
the All-Star weekend.
Yeah. So he's somebody who go to dialysis, I think, maybe 3 times a week. So he missed dialysis for all of that time.
What's that, like a month, 2 months?
Wow. It was a while.
Damn.
Yeah.
So someone who needs dialysis, if they not getting a proper treatment, would that lead to the, strokes and shit like that?
Yeah, it leads to your body organs giving up, things like that. Blood not circulating, things like that. And it was diabetes, and it's something that was hereditary with him. So it's something that existed in his family. So, hey man, I can't even. I just remember, man, like he's just a strong dude, bro. Like he's strong, man. I just don't want nobody, or I don't even want to look at him like he ever was not taken care of. Even though it may seem, or even though no matter what nobody think, no matter what, he ain't. Homeless is harsh.
I thought that was a very harsh word. That says something about a man not taking care of his responsibilities as a man when you say something like that. And not only not knowing Black Rob, I know y'all, and I know y'all straight. I just didn't. I knew that was some bullshit. I don't know who chose to use those words. Me knowing you on a personal level, I knew that it wasn't right. I knew it wasn't right.
I got June. I got Jay Reed. He got plenty of house. He got WAP. He got plenty of friends. He can go and sleep on every other nigga couch for 3 days at a time and still have 4 months worth of a place to stay. Even with the people he may have been with, he could, it's not like where he was speaking from behind under a roof. You know, understand? So it's like, really, if he under a roof and he's speaking, he not in the street, he under a roof. That means if we recording him and he under a roof, that means we together. Like he with me, I'm holding him down. Homeless is when I gave up on you. I be like, nigga, I gave up on you. I no longer go through it. So here it is. This is where you at. So homeless is almost like a word to describe after we all gave up.
Yeah, that's a final destination.
Yeah, we gave up. We never. Nobody said we gave up. So until we say we gave up, we ain't give up. But I'm not mad at anybody for what they say, what they do. At the end of the day, you know, the victory don't belong to me. The victory, God's, man. God, Rob has a beautiful story to tell about life. That story is never going to be tarnished. Even if he was homeless, he might be the greatest homeless person in the world. I'm not going to look at it like it was still negative. Like, you know, he still was strong. You know, some people is homeless by choice. I know some homeless people that be like, you know what, I feel like when I go outside, the world is my home. So I don't feel homeless. You know, sometimes you got to know even homeless people, they happy. Homeless people stupid. Homeless people can teach you something. Homeless ain't something that's fucked up. Some people want to be homeless. Some people just don't want to pay bills. That's just their thing. You know, they happy. You know what I'm saying? I don't fault them for that. But and I
Right.
look down on people who don't have, because as fast as you think you got something, it can be gone. So that's not it. It just be like, yo, you know what? For somebody who did whoa, he got enough money coming to him in royalties, even on the next drop, that he can figure out something to do.
So Black Rob still get compensated from the record whoa?
Whatever he had going on with child support killed a lot of his money, but he still got a check, a little check. It wasn't as healthy as if he didn't have all of the children and things, but it was enough for him to get by, but not enough to do everything. If that.
So why is there a misconception, obviously, that Puffy be robbing these guys and leaving them destitute, on drugs, and homeless?
Mm-hmm. With Rob, I just knew, and there ain't no protection. And coming up to say nobody, like again, this, but how we talking. I'm only talking with you. You know what I mean? But I'd be like, I don't even owe no talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? But to you, it's just, like, let's say if you a rich person, you a rich dude, you done did whoa, and then you got child support that's taking all of the money from you that you earning damn near, but you did whoa, but child support is still taking all your money. You a famous dude, but you don't have the money to go with it. So that leaves you with no other resort but to just be like what Rob was like. So a lot of the times when you seen him in the tabloids doing this, that was just because what he had to do. It ain't because he ain't had no money. It was just decisions that we make in life. Sometimes those come back. It's women that we deal with, friends that we deal with. Sometimes that shit come back to bite you in the ass. But it's just a part of life. We live and we Rob grew. He was no longer, not saying that I ever remember him doing it. He never sat back and was waiting. He just kept being Rob, kept doing what kept doing what I ain't never seen him stop.
Let's talk about his skill set for a minute.
Yeah,
that nigga was nice.
super.
That nigga was nice, man.
He's super nice.
That nigga was rapping ass nigga, man.
I'm gonna say
soulful rapper, man. Like you just feel it, man. And everybody don't get that attribute, man. Black Rob made soul music, like that shit could draw a tear. You know what I'm saying? Like some niggas just be gifted with words, and he was amazing. Seriously.
That's how he was to me. That's the same. I look at Rob the same way you look at him. Not like, even though that's what a friend, and I was able to have a close bond with him. I still looked up to him.
Yeah.
I still looked up to him.
Let me ask you something, man. Hey, how was that song recorded, man? Would he go in and do a verse? Was y'all doing it like chronologically? He go and then you go?
I think we had one microphone.
Uh-huh.
And we was going one microphone back and forth.
Was you Nas got this line where he be like, those be the times when I surprise myself. What did you think? What was you thinking to yourself, man, as you in there boxing with that nigga, man? That was a boxing match.
I'm nice
And
enough to
you
be
didn't have you
respected.
didn't have no resume. You didn't have no
Nah.
like real resume or nothing like that.
When I came in, I was slugging. So he was like, I respect this nigga right here because he nice. And he was like, yo, you down with me? And I was like, and that was it. That was it. It was over. It was over. I'm like, yo, I'm going to 115 to get me a sack of weed when I need it. Because that's what Rob told me to go get it.
Right.
I'm in New
Right.
York. He used to be like, yeah, go up here to get your weed at this and go in front of them niggas by the school. I'm like, all right. That's what I used to do. I'd be like, I want to smoke good weed. I'd be like, and this was before all of that. I'd be like, yeah, I'm going. That's what he did. He told me what to do when I come to New York. Go right here, talk to these people. Da 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 da. I thanks, and that was different than everything else.
I seen I looked at a video earlier today and it was all these celebrities telling stories about DMX, man. I was dying, man. I couldn't stop laughing, man. X is doing all kind of shit, man. Straight up. And I couldn't stop laughing. Give me a X stole a car one time. I stole a car from one of the music labels, from one of the executives, and went and picked Ja Rule up in the motherfucker. They got pulled over. Like he was doing wild shit. Like, give me a Black Rob story, man, in closing that we can remember him by.
All right, and so let me give you one of my
Give me a good one,
favorites.
man. Come on.
Is when we used to go on tour, right? And we get on tour. When we first get on the tour bus, the first thing we do is ask the tour bus driver what his name was. He'd be like, oh, my name is Tommy. We'd be like, all right, Tommy. We sit there and look at him for about 5 minutes. Then we nickname him. Rob would be like, yo, the nigga's name is Jughead. So every time, everybody got a unique name, no matter what. And after a while, by the end of the tour, the nigga would be used to people calling him Jug. His name is Jughead. It was just, how it's just funny. Rob is funny. Rob, we was funny. He's serious. To a lot of people, they didn't get to see the humor in him because he ain't really like a lot of people, period. Times I don't think Rob would like me. If I say something wrong, I'll be like, well, guess that, because that's how he was. He paying attention to everything you say, words, everything. If he don't like you, he'd be like, I don't like that nigga. I don't like that nigga.
Tell
Something wrong.
tell 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 my view. Hey Mark, tell them what it was like waking up, Rob, when y'all had to go to the next city when y'all was on
My
tour.
man, when we on tour and Rob in his room, and the tour manager be like, oh, the bus is ready to leave at 8 o'clock. He go to Rob's room and be like, yo, Black Rob be like, yo, don't knock on my fucking door. I told you don't knock on my fucking door. So he going off on a nigga. So then he come back. I be like, look, if you get me a room where I could sleep on my own, you know what I'm saying, instead of having roommates, I help you get Rob on the bus and I help you get g-dep on the bus. So I worked out a deal. They was like, all right, if you help us do this, then we'll try to work this out for you. And that's how it was. So then when I knock on his door, he be like, yo, who the fuck's at my door? I be like, it's Curry. He be like, oh, Curry, come on in, baby. Don't let nobody else in, though. I walk in. What's up? I say, Rob, the bus is about to leave. Word? And he went about 4 minutes. This funny stuff that we could do that to each other. And we could knock on each other's door and not get disturbed. Everybody couldn't do that, man. Not
Right.
everybody couldn't do that. That was just some of the things I remember. Just knowing that it was okay for me to knock on the door was something that it always made me feel good. Feel special. Like, damn, I could knock on Rob's door. He ain't gonna yell. Everybody else knock on his door, oh boy. He might open the door and start throwing shit at you. Fuck away from my door. Told you don't touch my door. You be like, word. we be sitting back waiting on the nigga, the white dude, that he'd be like, I'm going to go. I manage the Rolling Stones. I know how to manage tours. I'm like, all right, go knock on his door. And then after that, let me know about that room I've been asking you about. And then I help you get it out. Now, 2 weeks into that shit, he'd be like, Mark, can you help me get raw about the room? I said, can you just talk to me about that extra room I'm looking for? You know, I get that room, I get robbed. It's nowhere in the world. I'd be like, no matter, I don't care who you, Rolling Stones, Earth, Wind, and Fire, you ain't managed one of these kind of teams right here. And we was a problem. Like on the back of the tour bus, yo, we be on the tour bus, you know, Rob behind the back, or Loon, we be in the back. Any nigga ain't had no weed, joke, or if you was this cornball, you could not even come on the back of the bus, because as soon as you open the door, everybody be looking at you like this. Like, fuck you open the door for? Just wasn't happening. You open that door and be like, yo, you knew not to come on the back of the tour bus when we was on. Don't come on the back.
Mark, your hand. Mark.
I said a lot of my opportunities, they came from Rob, so, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You blacked out for a minute, man. Repeat the last sentence, please.
I said a lot of my opportunities, you know, if it wasn't for Rob, I'm not going to say I wouldn't be what I am, but if it wasn't for Rob, I wouldn't have performed as many times as I did, because after me and Puff didn't perform no more, me and Rob stayed performing. So it was Black Rob and Mark Curry, Bad Boy for Life, without Puff. And we would still perform. Like, so I still had action.
So hold on. Y'all was the only three on the song?
Me, Puff, and Black Rob.
Okay, so y'all would still try to get the joint off on shows.
We still getting it off, not trying. That shit is getting off.
No doubt. Mark, man, damn. He buffering, y'all. If he drop out, I'm gonna let him go. It's probably close to timing out anyway. This is my family. He'll be back on here soon. Y'all have seen him on here 1,000 times. Bad Boy for Life. Shout out to Mark Curry. WAP up next. That's Black Rob's manager. This is Black Rob, real family. These guys you see me speaking to. I'm gonna give him a minute, see if he gonna hop back on, to close this out. But I'm pretty sure we about to time out. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter at Gully TV1. Follow the Instagram page, The Real Gully TV. I'm over here doing my interviews, Gully TV World, because it's less complicated. But yeah, man, Mark Curry, a real good dude, man. I earned real money fucking with him in this business. He back. He back. Boom, boom. Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Shock G passed away this evening. Damn. Ain't that a bit
crazy? The one that put the satin on your panties?
The one that put the satin on your panties.
Oh, damn. What up, love? Yeah, how you doing? Yeah. Oh, that's crazy, man. That's
he did a lot, man. He helped Tupac into the business. He introduced two characters. Shock G, of course, is Humpty Hump. And they did their thing, man. They did their thing. Straight up. I'm glad that I grew up during that era and got a chance to see that. Them dudes is from the West Coast. They have some funky ass music, man. I fuck with Digital Underground.
Man, shout out to Shock G, man, and rest in peace, man. He definitely was underrated. You understand? But he was a big player. He's a big player that was underrated. You understand? He opened up them doors. That's how that's how I think of Rob. He was like Shock G to me. You know what I'm saying? He's with Shock G was to Tupac. That's what Black Rob was to me.
No doubt. No doubt. Mark, tell my viewers where they can purchase your book at. Tell my viewers where they can stream Muscle Game at. Tell them where they can stay abreast of what you're doing at.
Hey, with all respect, Gully, and I know you can. I don't even like at this time. I don't want to mention the book because I'm
Okay.
using that.
Yeah. My fault. That was inappropriate. We're not selling that right now. You right.
And I don't want to use that platform on this platform. You know, I don't want to use that on that. So, because I
Yeah. This ain't a good time for that. I apologize. That was
right.
That was
saying, but just me, I'd be like, man, look, we, you're gonna be there. When if I go, you going. We gonna go and do what we need to do. We had a great life with Rob, and I'm gonna leave that there. I don't want to mix nothing with nothing else.
Yeah. You've been great, man. I give you a call when I get up. I'm trying to get high like you, man. It's Ramadan. I appreciate you.
Yeah. It's 422.
Yeah, 422.
Shit.
You get high like that every day, nigga. You be blowing it down. You be blowing it down.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, my nigga. I love you. I don't tell everybody that. I'm telling you that, my nigga, man. I'll be in touch. I'm gonna call you in a minute.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, y'all. I love y'all too, yo.
Yeah, my nigga.
Yes, sir.